Now we're to your handout, and this is where the feedback comes in. So what I really want to know is, do you like the way this looks? Do you like the graphics? Is it bold enough? Are the explanations, are they reflective of what you believe Buffalo Grove High School to be, or what you want it to be? And again, it's a draft. There are aspects of this I'm not in love with yet. I'm still trying to put my finger on exactly what it is. I see something in this that I don't think it's supposed to be, and I can't get it out of my head. I haven't said it yet, but I see the Adidas sign, and I can't get it out of my brain. But yeah, now you do. And I'm trying. I don't want to ruin it for you, but I want you to form your own opinion. And like the silhouettes, someone said at another staff meeting, they want to see more joy in the graduate. And it came in the portrait of a graduate. This should be a joyous occasion upon graduation. Let's see joy in this image. It's things like that will be really helpful. And we'll talk a little bit more about that. So if this is the long-term vision, on the left-hand side, you have our aspirational beliefs. These aspirational beliefs are supposed to be who we are and who do we want to be. And we as administrators will look to these when we have a difficult time arriving at consensus of where should we go and how will we make our decisions. We'll check ourselves against students being our focus. We want to ensure that we are a student-driven organization, and students are our number one factor in how we make decisions. We want to develop youth leadership and increase student voice in what's going on in the school district. Inclusivity is our strength. Goal number 2 is completely built around the sense of belonging. Our ideal state would be that every staff member, every student, and every community member has a sense of belonging in our school, so that meaning they can find their people. They feel connected to the school. They know how to and who to contact if they need help, and they feel comfortable doing so. It's an ideal state, but it's one that we want to work toward. Hard decisions are required. We're facing very tough decisions. I mentioned some of our capital improvement needs. I'll share a little bit more in a few minutes, but we have $875 million worth of needs, like air conditioners and boilers and some upgrades around. Buffalo Grove is just experiencing phase 1 of some of that work with the upgrade of some of the fields that have been needed. And we don't even view those as like fluff and positive plus on the athletic side. Some of them are safety and necessary things to add for access. But some of those hard decisions are, if we have that much need, we want to be sure we're working within our allotted resources. And we're a very well-resourced district. We want to be sure we're stretching all of those dollars as far as we can to get the most out of them in a responsible way. Agility is non-negotiable. I talked about this earlier. We want to break the factory model, but we also want to be responsive to the demands that the world is giving us. And how can we adjust when the demands of that world or the workforce changes and not be 150 years behind, like some aspects of education are, where we're just churning out graduates saying everybody must go to college because that's the right path. And then aligned autonomy is our way. This is hard to wrap your head around. I know that because it kind of contradicts each other. Buffalo Grove is one of the 6 comprehensive high schools, and all 6 have very different ways of doing things. We have been spending a lot of time talking about what aspects of our life in District 214 do we need a District 214 way of doing things, and what aspects of Buffalo Grove that's unique to BG that you should have the flexibility to keep doing things your way, and Hersey can do something different because they have their own culture. We're working on curriculum alignment. I'll talk a little bit more about that. Safety and security, technology, how we hire and employ our people, special education. There are some things that there's just one way that we're going to do things, and then there's flexibility with guardrails everywhere else where it can be the Buffalo Grove way. And our principals are all on board with this. Actually, it's been really, really wonderful to plan and work with a shared direction in that regard. On the other side, we have our vision statement. And I think this needs some work too. I just haven't quite put my finger on where it needs to go, other than the aesthetics of it. But led by those aspirational beliefs and informed by data, we'll engage and challenge our students in every classroom. We'll build in agility, adaptation, and youth leadership, and inspire lifelong learners to thrive in innovation. This is who we want to be at the end of the plan. You can see that. It needs some work, but it's way better than it was. And we're making really good progress with it, but we want to be sure you see this is a part of the reason why you choose to live here, because this is who we want to be, and that's reflected in our work. And if it can achieve this ideal state, you're proud that you live here still and that you're seeing our students achieve that.